In this video, we'll start the discussion on the zeroth law of thermodynamics. Now, this law talks about a very important property which we call temperature. Now, temperature is such a property that distinguishes thermodynamics from other sciences. Now, let's begin by answering a very simple question, that what is temperature? Well, temperature is the ability to distinguish hot from cold. So, for example, I have two bodies. Let us say this is body A and this is body B. Now, body A is at a temperature which we assign a value of 100 degrees Celsius. So, degrees Celsius is the units of temperature, and body B is 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we say that body A is hot as compared to body B, and body B is cold as compared to body A. A body which is hot has high temperature or a high numerical value of temperature, and the body which is cold has a low numerical value of temperature. So this is how we actually define temperature, that is, we can distinguish a hot body from a cold body. Now what happens when you bring these two bodies physically together? So what happens is, so let us say this is body A and this is your body B. They are physically touching each other. So when they touch, what happens? The quantity which we call as heat. Now heat is also related to temperature. A body with a high value of temperature will have a high quantity of heat inside it. Okay, this means that inherently body A has high value of heat and body B has low value of heat as compared to body A. Now, when these two bodies are in direct physical contact, the heat will start flowing out from body A and will start flowing into body B. Now, when a heat flows out of a body, the temperature of that body, it starts to fall down. So this means heat is proportional to temperature. So you decrease or increase the temperature, you will have some effect on the amount of heat in that body. Okay, so when heat comes out of the body A, the temperature of body A reduces, and as heat enters body B, the temperature of body B increases. Okay, now till what time will this exchange of heat or this flow of heat from body A to body B continue? Now you can easily see that body A's temperature is going down and body B's temperature is going up. Now we can say that the temperature of body A starts to reduce from 100 degrees Celsius, and let us say it goes up to, let us say, 50. Okay, and the temperature of body B from 20 degrees Celsius, it has risen up to the same temperature, 50 degrees Celsius. Alright, now both the bodies have attained a same value of temperature. So this heat flow will now stop. So now we can say that heat flow will only occur if there is a difference in temperature between the two bodies which are in direct physical contact. So heat flow is proportional to some temperature difference. So if there is no temperature difference, there is no heat flow. So from this small experiment, we can deduce that temperature, which is a property that distinguishes between hot and cold, okay, and when these two hot and cold bodies are brought into direct physical contact, the temperature of the hot body starts to decrease because the heat starts flowing out of this hot body and goes into the cold body. And as the heat goes into the cold body, the temperature of that starts to increase, and this heat flow, it continues till the time the temperature of both the bodies become equal. So heat flow is related to some temperature difference, a very important concept to note down. Now let's define what is this zeroth law of thermodynamics. Now for this, we'll have to take three bodies. So let us take body A, let us take body B, and let us take body C. Now, before I define the definition of the zeroth law, we talked about both the bodies attaining a same value of temperature, isn't it? Now this attaining of same value of temperature means both the bodies have now attained thermal equilibrium. They have now attained thermal equilibrium. Alright, so thermal equilibrium means same temperature. It means same temperature. Now, after having defined and understood what is thermal equilibrium, now let's talk about these three bodies. Let us say that body A and body B, they are in thermal equilibrium. So temperature of body A is equal to temperature of body B. And body A and body C, they are also in thermal equilibrium. So TA is equal to TC. Okay, so this automatically makes body B and body C as two bodies which will be in thermal equilibrium. So this is basically your zeroth law of thermodynamics, that if two bodies A and B are having same temperature, and then two bodies A and C are having the same temperature, then B and C will also have the same temperature. So this zeroth law of thermodynamics, this is basically the basis of temperature measurement. This law becomes the basis of temperature measurement. Okay, now in order to attain a quantitative measure of temperature, let me write this word down. If we want to attain a quantitative, that has a numerical value, measure of temperature, okay, then we need a reference body. Now what is this reference body? Now reference body is basically a body which has certain physical characteristic, and that characteristic changes, it changes with some temperature value. Okay, so a reference body has a physical characteristic or a property, okay, which changes with some temperature value. Now the changes in this physical characteristic of this reference body, it indicates the change in temperature. Okay, so you take a reference body, and we know that the physical characteristic of this body will change, and that change indicates a change in temperature. Okay, and this physical characteristic which changes with temperature, or it indicates a change in temperature by changing itself, this physical characteristic is called thermometric property. This is called thermometric property. So in a nutshell, or in easier words, I can say that to measure temperature, your reference body should have a thermometric property which by its change indicates a change in temperature. Okay, and the reference body whose thermometric property is used to determine the temperature, this reference body is called thermometer. So every thermometer, which is the reference body, has a thermometric property whose change indicates a change in temperature. And a very common kind of thermometer that we used is a mercury level thermometer. So when we have a look at the mercury thermometer, there is a mercury column whose height changes with the change in the temperature. So that the change of the height of mercury column is your thermometric properties. Now, after understanding what is temperature and how do we measure temperature, and what is a reference body, which is a thermometer, and its thermometric property, which indicates temperature change, let's now talk about 5 kinds of thermometer. 5 kinds of thermometer with the help of which we measure temperature changes. So let's discuss these 5 kinds of thermometers in our next video. Thank you.